Hi, it's Friday the 16th of August. It's the last Friday of my holidays. I've got the weekend and then I go back to work. If you hear lots of wind whistling, it's because we've got a typhoon coming in. And so suddenly last night it got very hot again. It's 29 degrees at the moment and 81% humidity. So the wind is very strong. The rain is going to come in a couple of hours. It's just the tail end. There was a big typhoon that hit the south of Japan yesterday, all day yesterday, and it's crossed Japan and now it's coming up, the raggedy bits of it are coming up the Japan sea coast and they're hitting us. So I've got asthma, I'm wheezing and panting. I've got every window in the house open at the moment because it's so hot and the rain hasn't started yet. As soon as the rain starts, I'll have to shut myself in. So the curtains are going bananas. So the curtains are flapping out horizontally there. If you hear clanging, it's the kitchen blinds. But at least having air movement, a lot of air movement is better than it being stifling hot. So I want to just film this as an introduction to the lots of little clips that I'm going to put out and show you over the last week or so. So I've had quite a lot of friends, a lot of social things, which was really nice. And then also we've had a lot of rain. So there's been 3 days maybe in total here and there over the last week that there was no way of going out. It was very heavy rain. I didn't do anything. I got up and had naps and cleaned the house a bit, but really there was nothing to video. I watched a lot of TV. But what I wanted to show you, not my coffee. I'm English. I want hot drinks no matter how hot it is. In September, the beginning of September, I'm going to Tokyo. And I'm going to the 50th anniversary celebration of a club of foreign women that I belong to. And so there isn't a particular dress code, but everything's flying off the table. My ball band's just disappeared. I'll get another one. So because it's the 50th anniversary, we're thinking about wearing gold things. So I went shopping the other day and I looked for a gold top. Could I find one? No. So I found some gold yarn, which I will show you. I would have shown you this one, but the ball band's gone flying across the room and I want to show you the ball band. Now this is going to go flying. So it's this, and it was on half price sale. Now I've said before, I don't love Japanese yarn. It's expensive. But, you know, gold metallic yarn at short notice. So this is 100% polyester. And I reckoned it's sort of fingering weight. It's 115 meters to 25 grams. And I did a swatch last night that I ripped out, which is why this one's all... My curtains are going... which is why it's all wound back up again, because I was experimenting with the pattern. So the pattern I want to do is this one. It's a paid pattern, all in a whirl, and it's to use a ship's whirl. But I've got 1,000 meters of this, or a bit more. I got a bit extra just in case, because it was on sale, and she said, the woman in the shop said, if you don't buy it and somebody else buys it, we're not getting any more in. So I reckon I've got enough to do it. So now I'm debating about sizes, because the one thing that I'm not quite sure about, the sizes are up to so many inch chest. So does that mean that the ease is included in it or not? It doesn't really say. My tension with a 3mm hook, 3.5mm hook, was correct when I did the swatch, but the fabric came out quite crispy and stiff. So I'm wondering about going up a hook size to make it more drapey, with it being quite a plasticky fabric. And now I'm debating whether to go down a clothing size or not. So I've got to have this ready by the 4th of September. So last night I spent 2 hours swatching and ripping it back and thinking, I'm not making any decisions. So today I've got to make a decision. I went to a craft fair last week. This just fell over. It's been knocked over by the wind, although it's heavy. This is a Chinese lantern plant called hozuki, and it's made out of bread dough. It's a flour clay model, and I love the woman who makes them. Every year she goes to different craft fairs, and I buy different things every time I see her. So that was this year's purchase. But it's I've got a couple. That's one there. Some violas and some what are they? Grape hyacinths on those shelves. But this is too high, so I'll have to think of somewhere else to put it. But right now I'm going to put it on the floor because it just got blown over. Yes, so I've got. I actually ended up buying 20 balls of these because they were on sale. They came in bags of 10, and I thought, well, I thought 10 might not be enough, and then, you know, if I get nearly finished and I can't finish it, it would be awful. And then I thought, well, it's nice in its own right, so I could even use it for Christmas decorations or something, or maybe a scarf or a stole if I had enough left at the end. Can you hear this? It's mad. Perhaps I'll tie the curtains back. So the tree outside is bobbling around quite a lot, as you can see, and that's my ungardened part. So it's a real mess. Anyway, that might make it less noisy, or not, as the case may be. So what I'm thinking I might do now, I have to edit this video. I have dozens of little tiny clips, basically with me saying what day it is, and then I didn't do anything very much the rest of the day, so it's going to be a weird and boring video. Yes, I suppose I should give you blanket progress. I haven't finished because it's been so hot. I just haven't felt like it, but I've done quite a lot more. I've definitely finished one ball, which is now blown off the table and rolled across the floor, of the green, and I've got this much left of the other green and the other purple. Now the pattern's gone across the floor. So I reckon there might or might not be one more round each in those. And then the grey. So there's probably like four to 6 rounds left, 4 to 5 rounds maybe, and then I've got to think of a border and it will be done. And I'm going to do a very, very simple border. So yeah, if I could, I don't know if I'll get that done in the next couple of days or not now. I need to get that jumper started, the top. I'm feeling a bit nervous about it. I've only ever made hexagon cardigans before as garments. Right, I think I'm going to finish my coffee, and then depending on whether the rain has started or not, I might just go for a walk around the block, because I don't think I'm going to get out for the next couple of days. Bye! See you in a bit. It's Monday, August the 5th, and I'm walking to the station to go to Sapporo today, so I shall take you with me. And when we woke up this morning, it was 23 degrees, very clammy, all the sheets were really damp. But Oh my goodness, how nice it is. By this afternoon apparently, and it's already fairly hot, but it's quite windy, as I think you'll be able to hear. Right, I'm going to keep walking. My pantry is finished. I've thrown away loads of things, but nothing that was, you know, usable by anybody else. I threw away a little bit of outdated food. I think only 1 can, so I'm pleased about that. There is some emergency rice here that needs eating because it's going to go out of date. So I shall feed my husband that. I don't like rice. So I'm happy that I've got my pantry done. That was part of my summer holiday homework, as I said. So I feel like finally something's been achieved. It took me 3 sessions to get it done. So the next thing is, last September, just before I started this podcast, we had a big earthquake, and the epicenter was quite near here, and some people did die. A lot of houses were damaged, and there were landslides in a lot of places. And everything fell off our shelves, and I had got some wooden things and you know, little ornaments and knickknacks that I thought would be safe to put up on a shelf, and they all fell down, and I haven't put them back up since, because every time I thought about it we'd get an aftershock, but dare I say it, we haven't had aftershocks for a while. So I think I'm going to have a look through this basket and see what's broken, because honestly it was so upsetting. I just put everything in the basket and put it away, but I'd like to put back what I can and repair what I can. So let's see what there is. This is, oh, this was okay. This is a crochet money box that a friend gave me. That's already tilted, isn't it? So he's okay, he can go back, there's no damage to him at all. This is an old Father Christmas Matryoshka doll that I've had for years, and I suspect some of him is broken. Yeah, these are very dusty as well. That's a plastic ninja Matryoshka that my son had. That one needs a wash, but it's plastic, so I can do that. Here's a bit more of the Santa. Oh no, he did get broken a bit. But this was my mum gave me these. I've got 2. I've got a policeman and a soldier, and they were a present for when my kids were little, and something's broken of that, so I'll put that here, see if I can. Oh, there's 2 more pieces, but they're all in pieces. I don't know, maybe they can be glued back together. So 1 survived and 1 didn't, so that can go in the bin. So goodbye to him. Put the policeman with his pieces. This makes me really, really sad. This was my little boy when he was 9 months old, or 10 months old. He was just pulling himself up, and it was in a little ducky frame, and the frame broke, and I don't know if that can be fixed. I would like it to be. I might ask him if he can put that together, because that's a precious memory. Oh, a glass dish, that didn't break, but it needs a wash, so I'll put it over here. a balancing kiwi, and some curtain hooks. I don't, the curtain hooks shouldn't be there. Obviously things have got dumped in this basket as well. I need those upstairs. Matryoshka, I had a lot of them all up in a row. And that one, it's been chipped. But it didn't break. So that's okay. And here's a bit more. The Santa one just exploded into a million pieces and broke. There's another piece broken there. Well, something like that. He's a bit battered, but he's all right. And this is a flower clay violet, and that fell off, and amazingly it didn't break because it was very brittle. I had one that did break, the pot broke, and a couple of flower heads snapped off, but that one survived. Little wooden shelves with animals in them for the 12 animals of the zodiac. Oh, but he broke. I don't know what he was. Yeah, these exploded everywhere. So I'll see what I can do, but and my son, when he was younger, made that for me out of Fimo. It's one of those Pokemons, isn't it? I don't know which one it is. Oh, the tiger's all right. The tiger survived. And he made a guitar for my husband. That survived. There's two random ears here. I wonder what it is. The mouse, he survived. A rat, I suppose he is. The horse survived. And the rabbit, amazingly, the rabbit survived. I've put his ears back, but his nose, I've lost the dog's nose, and it's not in the basket. So he's a victim, a permanent victim, but he'll survive. And then this one was a little Japanese doll, kokeshi, also a mini matryoshka. And I was given her as a little girl, and then I ended up coming to Japan. So she came from Japan and went back to Japan and survived an earthquake. So I think all her layers are intact. Yes, because she had the tiniest little one, and I've kept that probably 50 years now. She's about the size of a big grain of rice, the littlest one. And I was worried that it had bounced out and got lost, but I was kind of, I know it's nearly a year ago, but I don't know, it just made me feel really sad looking at the basket, so I avoided looking. So I'll put her in a safer place. I'm not going to put her back up. I'll put her in a I don't know. On a lower shelf. I'll put her above the sofa, and then if she falls, she'll just fall onto the sofa. She doesn't really shut very well anymore. Something's happened to her, but it'll do. So she's mostly unscathed. There, I've put them up. So I think they fell down on about September the 6th last year, and I put them back up. There's a few missing that got broken, but not too bad. Where are we? Chitose Airport. He's going to Tokyo. 38 degrees there today. You're welcome. What do you want? Yes. Where? Somewhere interesting. Okay, so we had a weather warning about an hour ago. I got an alarm on my phone and it said it would be heavy rain starting at 1 o'clock, and it's 1:02 now. I think they were right. So my garden is just a wreck. I mean, there are a few nice things left, not many. I'd say that's heavy rain, wouldn't you? So the last few days we've had the tail end of a typhoon and I've been stuck inside. It's been very hot and very wet and very windy, and you can actually see this path has been washed out. That was last night. So the sun's come out, but we're going to get the bottom end of another typhoon tonight. Not many there. Yeah. Oh, you mean
as in government terms?
Yeah. Again, it's August the 10th and it's Sapporo's Odori and beer festival. So I've been out with several friends over the course of the day, drinking beer and walking up and down the park, and it's been really fun. And now it's night time, quite cool, and it's beautiful. It's sunny and it's not too hot today. What does it say? 24. Oh, it's, yeah, but I mean, way better than the 30s. And it's relatively dry today. It's going to get hotter again in the next few days. There's a craft fair on the other side of town, so I think I'm going to walk down the river and yeah, go and see what all that is about. And then if it's still not too awful when I get back, I might do a bit of gardening, because the garden is completely out of control. I've had friends here the last few days. I had a friend to stay, and we went into Sapporo and I met more people, and then some of her colleagues, and we had dinner together and we went to the beer festival. So I've had a really, really active, happy few days, but no crochet. It's It's lovely today. It's breezy and it's cloudy. Can you see grey skies? It's sort of sunny cloudy. And I'm walking up this road, and originally this was the road, and then a country road, and they changed it to a block system. Now it's a footpath between houses, and people have encroached their gardens into it. It's really nice. That shouting in the back is teenagers playing in the river on the weir. What a mess! There are some nice things hiding there, weren't there? Look at that. I don't know, shall I do this bit this morning then? I was thinking about putting the arch like there. Yeah, do you want another one? Other way, look, the spiky bits upside down. That's my work for today. Not finished. I got that far and now it's raining. We want to go out to the last day of the beer festival. So if possible I'll finish it tomorrow, but a typhoon is coming. Say hello. We're going to Sapporo to the last day of the beer festival. Had a hard morning gardening and we need a rest. A reward. Your bus, but which one? Whoa, there's too many stairs. Oh, I'm going to go one back. I just want to look out the window. When it was first built, it would have been one of the biggest buildings, and now it's teeny tiny, dwarfed by all the big buildings around it, but it's very pretty. place to get off. I didn't bring a hat because it was cloudy and rainy back in our town. I didn't bring an umbrella, but look at the blue sky. Don't think I need it. But I didn't bring any sunblock either. I took it out of my bag before I left. Stupid. Somebody living there. Would be quite a nice place to live, wouldn't it? Como fry. Do you want the sausages or do you want to do it later? Okay. I got absolutely sick of the noise in the beer garden. It was manic, so I decided to come out, and I've walked down to the big park, Nakajima-koen in Sapporo, and it's quiet. People are starting to go home because it's getting dark. But just on that side, there's another bomb Odori starting. So there's the music. So I think I'm going to just walk perhaps around the lake, and then I better head back because I left my husband with his friends. There's only so much beer I can drink in a day. One was enough, and then maybe when I get back I'll have one more. But that'll be enough. This is making me feel nostalgic. This is the song that my children danced to when they were little, and they were so cute in their little yukata summer kimonos. Now they're in Tokyo and all grown up. It's very sad. Nice to have this park in the middle of the town. That's Hokkaido fried chicken, and it's very good, and
going to enjoy it with another beer when I get back and find my people. But my husband asked me to get him some yaki tomorokoshi, which is grilled corn on the cob, which is another Hokkaido speciality, and that's his idea of a good summer snack. So I shall get one for him over there. Biru dake totteru.
あ、自分で泣く。あ、私で泣く。なんで自分って言うんだろう。
They just switched the lights off in the tent and everybody's still in it.
Decided to go out. I'll go to the bank and the post office and get some jobs done, but I'm not going to walk far because I think when the rain starts it's just going to come slamming down and I don't want to be a few kilometres away. So here I go. The clouds are moving really fast. So I just walked out to the post office and I went to the shops, and we've just had a severe weather warning on our phones. I was in the convenience store and lots of phones went ping all at the same time, and it said from now on it's a red warning for wind and a yellow warning for rain and thunderstorm, lightning strikes. So I think it's time to go home. I like the way the parks are designed in our town. They all have narrow bits that go so they interconnect. You have to sometimes cross a little bridge or go under a little tunnel, or sometimes, like now, cross the road. But you can walk for a long way in greenery, which is really nice. Perhaps it's not the brightest idea to be walking through big trees. It's not that bad yet. And I've just remembered our sunshade in the garden it's braced in the corner of two walls, and it's actually on the lee side of the wind, so I think it's okay, and I'm debating whether to attempt to get it down myself or wait for my husband to come home. Don't know which is safer. It's so windy, it's blowing the phone around. Last September there was an enormous typhoon and it damaged lots of trees in our parks. There's lots of stumps now. So hopefully all the ones that were going to go have gone. How was your day? You didn't cut that, did you?